Well, hello there, and welcome to Shootin' the Poo with Sue. As always, I am Sue, and today I'm going to do something a little different. Now, I don't know if you know, but I began my channel, I posted my very first video on February 23rd of this year. And right before then, I gave myself a pretty dramatic haircut. And by using the Mondo Butterfly cut, although I keep calling it unicorn because you got to put a piece of it right in the front of your head like a unicorn. So if I mess up and say unicorn, you'll know it's really his butterfly cut. I had no layers in my hair whatsoever. My hair is long down to my butt. I cut off probably a good 6-8 inches, somewhere around there. Now it's been about a year. I am definitely in need of a trim. My hair is still down to my butt in the back, which is fine. I loved having the layers. Every time I went to a hairdresser, they kept telling me, you know, my hair was too thin to have layers. Now I actually have a lot of hair. The strands are thick, but throughout the years and having children and, you know, things like that, I've lost a lot of hair as well. Plus, I have an illness that causes me to lose a little bit of hair. But it's still pretty thick. However, they kept telling me they couldn't give me layers. And I saw his tutorial, and I decided to try it, and I absolutely loved it. We discussed it a little bit in my first video. It was then when I started trying to do my hair purple too. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of white, especially here I have a stripe. It's natural. I guess I was born with it, but it didn't actually come out until I got pregnant. My pregnancy triggered it. It's a birthmark. And white hair at a young age is common in my family. I had a cousin who was all white in his 20s. But I developed a stripe. Now, it's funny because I have a little tiny dark stripe here. So when I part my hair a certain way, when it's natural, I look like I have two-tone hair. The rest of it's salt and pepper, which is fine. And as you can see, I'm in dire need of coloring again. Most of the purple's out, which is fine except for this area right here. Where you see all the purple is where I'm white, which is kind of like a crown on my head. Now, the dark underneath is also my natural color because I had let my hair grow out completely, and I haven't put any other kind of color in my hair in probably 10 years since I've put any color in my hair. So, maybe a little less, maybe 8 years. But it's been a long time. So this is all natural. There are white strands, though, in it. But I do like the fact that the dual contrast with the purple in the dark. So I leave it. As a matter of fact, I even got stopped coming out of the dentist one day. And some gentleman stopped me and said, "Your hair is amazing." And that was this past summer with the purple and the dark and the layers and whatever. And all I could do was smile and say thank you, you know. And my son got out of the car because he had driven me, so he was waiting outside. So, "What did he say to you, Mom?" I said, "He said my hair was amazing." So that was a thumbs up for me. Even if I messed up, so what? You know, I felt good about myself, and I still do. Well, anyway, it's been almost a year. Not quite, just under, 10 months? So I'm desperately in need of a trim. These layers have gotten very long, and I'd like them shorter. So I am going to once again perform the butterfly. I keep wanting to say unicorn. The butterfly do. So I am going to take a brush. I've got 2 brushes here. And I might have to put a mirror up here so I can see a little better than I can in this camera. But I will do a little brush out. I just got out of the shower. My hair is damp. I'm going to squirt it down, though. I've got some bottle of water that I'm going to squirt it down with because it is always better to cut it wet. And I am going to do the parts. Now, I always wear my hair like this, so this is the way I'm going to cut it. That's how I do it. I let it go and I let it fall, so that's the way I'm going to cut it. Because it makes no sense to do it directly in the middle when I never wear it that way. So Very seldom. I can't say never. I can say almost never. Very seldom. So we'll see what happens. And I will make the part and I will be right back because I have to look in the mirror and then you won't be able to see, but I'll show you the part before I do anything. And I'll have my hair wet down for it too. Okay, so are you ready? Be back in a flash. Okay, so I can't really see very well, but I think I got the part good on both sides. I just wet it down a little more. It's dripping down here, but when I wet the top, the elastic started coming out. So I'm gonna try to do this quickly, and then after we're done with this, I am going to color with, where is it? Where is it? Oh shoot, it must have fallen off. My son knocked over my stuff this morning, and he must have knocked it off. But anyway, I have Mondo's Super Purple, so I will be recoloring with that. It doesn't last very long, especially on the white. My saving grace is that I only wash my hair once a week because I have an autoimmune that causes excessive dryness throughout my body, anywhere blood flows through my body. And that includes my scalp. So my hair doesn't look greasy or anything like that, almost never. So to let the natural oils try to get through, so I don't end up with dandruff or bad itchy scalp or whatever, I just don't wash my hair but once a week. Now, because I'm going to color it after when this dries, I did not put any conditioner, any oils, any whatever. I just shampooed it good, really good twice. So that it will be, that's why it's a little extra frizzy. With white hair, it tends to get a little frizzy anyway, just because texture of white hair is different than what the dark is. The dark is actually very soft and smooth and healthy because it's got color pigment in it. But when the white hair is there, the white is very, the strands are empty. There's no color in them. So they tend to get a little more coarse feeling and a little more frizzy. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to take off a pretty good amount. And when you do this kind of haircut, you have to take off the equal amount. Whatever you take off in the front, you have to make sure that you take off the same amount in the back. It's still going to keep my length. It's just going to give me layers. Now, if I were to do the wolf cut and pull all of it forward, it would be a little more broken. It would look more like a shag, like shorter in the front, longer in the back, but it would have like a disconnect. At least that's from what I remember from the tutorial. I hope I didn't get that wrong. But with this, it should be a little more right down the line. It should be a little more connected. So we're going to give it a shot. And I think I'm going to go, let me just brush this a little bit more. Try to get it as smooth as possible. And I think I'm going to go about here. So this is, I want to say probably a good 6 inches. So we're going to do it from here. I'm going to do it right above my finger so that I can hold all the hair and it doesn't go everywhere. These scissors probably aren't as sharp as I'd like them to be. Now after this, I'm going to that was a nice little haircut. It's a little crooked, but I will straighten it out before I do anything else. And then I'll even point cut it a little bit, which should help. I wish, you know what I wished I did? I wished I put something other than my coffee cup right under here. I'm having my coffee with you. I just got out of the shower a little while ago, so this is my morning coffee. And boy, is it delicious. So yeah, I'm gonna just trim this just a little bit. Let me see how it looks in the mirror. Oh, it's not too bad. I think a couple little snips here and there. and then a little point cut. He always says do it on an angle so that you get more, because if you do it straight up, you're just doing one strand at a time. And that's not going to do me any good. So I think that should be pretty good for now. Again, don't forget I wear my hair a little differently, so it's going to hopefully cut a little differently. And I'll probably point cut it again as well, because I'm going to do the face shaping thing. So, all right, now we've got to pull about 6 inches. Now I'm going to take a piece of this hair that I took this long, and I'm going to pull this forward as I can, and I want to measure it. So about this much. Let me see, I can't really see. Yeah, that looks like about right. It fits in perfect. About right. So let me just straighten it out a little bit because of this frizziness. I already know where it is. I find that this brush is very helpful. I use a different one to take out the knots. I use this one to take out the knots after washing. And I work from the bottom up because I don't want to cause a lot of breakage. I've already got enough of that in my life. And then I'll use this one just to go through and just make sure. And then I use this one when I want to make parts and when I want to smooth out something. Like when I'm doing this and I want to smooth out my hair around here or whatever, it takes a lot of the bumps out. So I'm 56 years old. I've been growing my hair for a lot of life. Okay. So I figure about here. Can you see that? Are you ready? Here we go. I'm doing it with my bad self. Alrighty. Now I have no idea what that's going to look like because I can't see, but this part looks pretty even. Whoops. This part looks pretty even, so I think I did a pretty good job. Let me do a little point cut because I won't be touching the back again after this. So I'm going to go through, give it a little point, just to kind of make it a little more blendy. I can't see that piece of hair. There we go. That should be good. I think so. Alrighty. I just showered and now I'm covered in hair because I'm not the brightest bulb. Anyway, are you ready? You want to see what this looks like? Take out the back. Whew. And we'll take out the front. Now, I was going to do this at Dee's house, but I don't want to make a mess at her house. Plus, she doesn't like to help me color my hair. She says I have too much hair, which I do. So, but that's okay. Yeah, I wanted a little, kind of, maybe not really a bang, but like I want it to come around my face. The back is still really long. Let me see if I can feel it. Oh yeah, the back is still almost down to my butt. It's like about the middle of my waist, which is perfect because it needed this trim so badly. I had a lot of dead ends. It's been about a year, so I figured it was time. So yeah, now I'm going to do a little fixing. So let me spray it a little more. I love this sprayer because it just sprays. It's like one of those continuous spray things. Like it doesn't spray continuous, but I mean it's a long spray. It's not a short. So now that I've got that all over my glasses, let's put my hair down. And I'm going to take I want to say this much. I'm going to go a little farther back because I don't want it. Oops, my glasses are in the way. Hold on. Let me get these off. I can't see, so I need them, but I can't get this around my glasses either. So I'm going to go, sorry, I'm looking at the mirror, but I hope you guys can see me. So I'm going to go about right here. It's the front. My apex is here. I'm going to go a little bit in the front of it. And I'm going to bring this down. So I'm right in front of my ear. I don't know if you could see that, but I'm right in front. I think that's a good place to start. All right. Let me just put this in it to hold it for a second so it doesn't mix up with the rest. That's not going to hold, but hopefully long enough. And then I'm going to do this same spot. Go down, and it's right in front of my ear again. Perfect. I think that's good. Okay. Is that about where I want it? I think so. Okay. So, since I've got out the amount that I want to do, I think that's right. Does that look right to you? Ooh, I hope that looks right. Anyway, I want to do a little face framing, so I'm going to pull this aside. Pull it in the back so that I can work with the front. Pull this forward. Pull this down. Okay. So, not perfect, but I never claimed to be perfect. Yeah, you can see it's already got some of the face framing, so I like that. I like that a lot. So I guess what I do now is I pull it all forward. I'll make sure I got it good. I'm going to cross it. I'm going to find the shortest spot, and I'm going to cut up to the shortest spot. I feel like it needs more than that. Actually, you know what? That doesn't sound right. I mean, when I'm looking at that, I'm cutting up to the shortest spot. All I'm doing is taking away from the face framing. I must have did that wrong. We don't want to take away. So maybe... yeah, that does not seem right. Oh, all right. So you go to the longest spot. I see. If I could only just get there. All right. Let's see if that's any better. I don't know. Think that's better? I think I should go shorter, but I think if I go shorter, I should go shorter up front. Not right here. I think that looks pretty good, actually. So if I can get the other side about the same, let's see what we can do. Jeepers creepers. Okay. I know I went a little shorter. So I'm going to give that a shot. Let's see. What do you think? Did I face frame enough? I don't know, maybe a little more, but for right now, actually, you know what? I am going to do a little more, but I'm going to do a little more with less. I'm going to do a little more, but with this much. Right up to the end of my eyebrow. Right up to the end of my eyebrow. Split it in half. Bring it forward. Okay, let's see how that goes. And now this side. I'm missing my hair altogether because I can't see it. Come on. Okay, let's give it a little. Little angle. Okay. So, now that I've made a hot mess all over my desk, that I will have to go clean up in a minute, I will take this brush, brush it all out, so you can get a before picture. I'm going to color it, and I will style it a little bit. And you will see how it goes. Let's hope I did this right. I still have my length, or at least most of it. I did take off quite a bit, but that's okay because my hair grows so quickly. You'll notice when I do my hair with the color, it's like within a matter of friggin' days, the roots start coming through. So for all the issues that I have with my hair and with it thinning out, it grows rapidly. So I don't know what you think, but I will be back shortly. When it dries, I'm going to color it, then I will style it, and we should all tag Brad Mondo in it and say, this is what we do when we're old. We need, Gen X needs some, we have questions is what we have. We need some advice on what to do about white hair, about salt and pepper hair, if we should treat it differently before coloring, because clearly I don't bleach my hair before coloring. I like the brown underneath, and because it has the white strands, the purple picks it up, so it kind of like glimmers a little bit of the purple in there. But I like the disconnect, so as far as that's concerned, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. It almost looks like a halo ombre type thing, but it's kind of weird. But anyway, but the white, it goes so quickly, and that's not just from washing out, clearly. It's, you know, just white is a very resistant thing to color. So, I mean, that's why, you know, a lot of even box dyes, which I don't recommend, will say, you know, for stubborn white hair or for resistant white hair. All white hair is resistant because in essence that each hair is like a tube and they're empty. So, because they're open, they're no color, they're void of color. So when you put color in, it doesn't necessarily like to hold the color because it's empty, so the color falls out. So even with a permanent dye, the white, wherever you're white, your hair is going to fade out. I like using Brad's Demi color because eventually, I've done it before where I've just let it all go white out, and it does eventually all fade out. And if I use a little purple shampoo, gone. It's gone in no time, like within a few shampoos. So I like that. I'm not destroying my hair. I'm not putting in any harmful chemicals or dyes to make it worse. See, I don't know if you can see how frizzy it is, being that, you know, it's salt and pepper now. Plus, I didn't put any product in it to smooth it out. I don't usually blow dry my hair, and I usually only use the hair straightener once a week to try not to put too much heat on my hair to cause more dryness and damage. So the only thing I do usually is, you know, I wash, shampoo the top, condition starting from the bottom, and then I have some oils that I take just a little bit of oils and put in my hands like this when my hair is damp, and then just start working it through. And I do that throughout my head, and that's it. That's the majority of what I do. Before I put heat, I have a heat protectant that I put on it. But that's it. Otherwise I don't put anything in my hair. Nothing. I do the best I can to not damage it. So, not that my hair is perfect by any means. It's a pain in the butt, actually. But we Gen X, or we people, not even Gen X, there are a lot of people like members of my family and myself who've had white spots or premature white hair or whatever, and we need to know what we can do for us. Your videos are amazing, Brad. We love you, but it only focuses on young folks, you know, with bleach errors or whatever. What advice can you give to us? What can we do to help make our color last longer, to help get it out without bleaching it when we're ready to remove it? You know, things like that. We'd really like to know. So you guys, as my Pooh family, would be so cool. Tag him in it. Say, check this girl out. She got something to ask you. And we'll go from there. Now, I don't know how well I did on this. He may not even like how I did what I did. But I did follow his tutorial. So all I can say is, Brad, sorry, not sorry. I did the best I could. And I do love your colors. You're right. Purple's not my favorite color, but it suits me. For whatever reason, it suits me so well. I've had pinks in my hair before. A hairdresser had done it for me, like a halo type thing when my hair was very, very long, and when it was all one length long. And it would not come out to save my life. And then when she tried to get it out, because I was going to the hairdresser, you know, paying stupid money for her to try to remove it, and it was turning green. It was, I just had no idea how she managed it, whatever. But when I finally got all that out of my hair, I said never again. So yours is the first one I've tried, and I've been pretty fortunate. Back then, though, I did have, she was coloring my hair, like bleaching my hair out, because I was just starting to go gray, and I wanted to blend with it more than, why fight it? If you can't beat it, blend with it. But now my whole top is salt and pepper and mostly white. So yeah, we need advice. We need advice. Can you do it? We'll see you soon. I'll see you when I'm ready to color. And I'm back. It is the next day. I accidentally fell asleep with my hair in a pigtail. So I'm going to look pretty funny when I take it down. But I got me the other half of the container that I used last time. I've only got a half a container, but I don't really have to use that much. This is XMONDO Super Purple. That's how much I've got inside. Usually one container, and I have a lot of hair, but usually one container does the whole thing. So I am going to put my gloves on. I've got me some gloves. And I am going to make a mess all over me. I had bought these plastic things to cover your ears. Yeah. If I could find them, that would be a lovely thing, but I can't. Oh. So, I'm just going to have purple ears. Actually, a little trick. Windex takes off hair color off your skin. If you can't get it off, if it's stubborn, just spray a little tiny bit of Windex, off it comes. Now, I put this towel so I can put it around me because my whole neck, everything will turn purple. And I'm wearing a shirt that I don't care about because this is my hair coloring shirt. Now, as you can see, I've been doing my hair for a while. It's been 10 months? No, I don't remember. February 23rd, I made my first video. I started doing the hair right before then. And I started with Brad Mondo's cut and Brad Mondo's color. It was time for a trim. I hacked it all off, which you just saw. And now it's time to get back in. I know I feel like I am repeating myself, and that's because I'm old. That's what we do. No, no, because it's been overnight, so I have completely forgotten that I had probably already said this stuff. Even though it was only like that to you, it's been 24 hours to me. So I'm going to take this out. I don't need a brush for this, but I am going to use one around the perimeter of my head just so I don't make as much mess. And I told you I have a white stripe. I don't know if you can see, but I have a white stripe and a dark stripe. The white stripe is thick, the dark one is thin, but when I put my hair down, if I part it a certain way, it looks like Cruella de Vil. So I want to get around there in the white stripe really well because white is so resistant. So are you ready for this? Here we go. Oh. Yeah, see, I told you I was a hot mess. Look like a cockatoo back here. Hush. Oh, hold on one moment. I am going to put Daisy up on the bed. Come on, Daisy. Come on, Mama. Daisy girl, come on. Come up. Come. Good girl. Jupiter's teasing her. All right, hush. For those who don't know, I have a big old pit bull named Bolo. I have a toy poodle named Daisy. And I have a Shiba Inu named Jupiter. So, okay. This doesn't normally need mixing. However, I've had it for a little while, so I am going to mix it up just a little bit to be on the safe side. Yay. Because the white is so resistant, I'm going to try to get that first. Normally, when I used to color my hair, I'd start like from one side, I'd do diagonal and so on, but because my hair is very different now, and you can see that dark piece in the front, and then the big white stripe, it just goes right through. So this is the part that I want to get first, just to make sure. I'm going to put a lot on this piece, on this part of the hair. A lot. I'm going to put a lot everywhere. Now, I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I have a little widow's peak right there, a little cowlick as well. I don't bleach the bottom. I do color my whole head, not so much on the back and the bottom because it's all my natural color. But I do still put a little bit of color into it because it does have some white hairs in there, and in the light it picks up the purple. It shows through it, which I kind of like. I like having the fact I don't have to do the separate colors, so that's pretty awesome. All right. So since I'm going this way, let's just do it this way. I didn't go very even there, did I? Still didn't, but that's okay. I'm so used to doing it at a diagonal. But I am trying to make the least amount of mess I can. I'm going to be covered in it before this is over, trust me. I will be covered. So anyway, back to what I was saying earlier. You know, Brad, I love you. But I am not a ride or die girl. I have questions. Questions, questions, questions. So, here we go. For instance, if I'm gonna ride with you, we're gonna stop for lunch. You know, depending on how long the ride is, I might get hungry along the way. Can we take a pee break? I pee a lot. I'm old. GenX, remember? Oh, and if we are gonna go on this ride that we won't die, am I gonna look good doing it? Again, inquiring minds want to know. So yeah, we really would like some advice for people like me. I'm sure there's many of us out there. We love your videos, but they do focus mostly, not always, but mostly on younger people or people who have to go through the bleaching process to be able to get the color that they desire. Because I can get the color I desire without the bleach, I would like to know if there's certain treatments I should be doing to my hair, if is a better way to take care of it, if there's a way I can make the color stay a little longer, you know, all these questions. We are going to the all-powerful XMONDO for answers. Yeah, see, the front, I will definitely go back and get the front some more. And like I said, I don't need a ton here. I just want to make sure I get it in the root. And I'm not going to go all the way back like this because I'm going to use my hands. But I just wanted to get the whitest spots first, and then I'll go back and put more on there. I hate these pieces right here. These pieces and the widow's peak up front, all around your face, they always, either they don't take or they come out the fastest, always. Okay. Always happens. Now, I don't know how to warp speed these videos to get through this. So, Brad, if you do ever evaluate, you can warp speed it yourself. Sorry. I'm still learning how to do the whole edit thing and whatever. And I'm teaching myself, and I'm a hot mess. So, you know, when I was growing up, we used to laugh because our parents and grandparents couldn't figure out how to set the timers on the newfangled microwaves and VCRs. I mean, I grew up, my parents had 8-track players, and my mother played the accordion. And my father thought he was Elvis. So, it's very different. But, and it's funny because I went to school for computers too. But all the things that I learned back in the day are obsolete today. Computers are much more user-friendly, and I am comfortable around them. So that's not really the issue. Before, I used to have to go through DOS for everything. Who wants to do that? It was such a pain in the butt. I mean, we had floppy disks. When I went to school, when I was younger, even as an adult, when I had my son, you know, we were using those regular typewriters. My mom used to type 108 words a minute. That's craziness. And she did shorthand. They don't even teach you that anymore. Unless you probably go to a stenographer school. And I'm sure you have to learn your own. But anyway, Brad, to get back on topic, do you have questions for us? Am I going to look beautiful when I'm done? Did I mess up the haircut? Did I explain it wrong? I need to know. Now, I watched your videos. I watch them constantly, actually. I can't even say. But the very first time I did the cut, I watched a tutorial as I was doing it, but I did not film it. Everybody said, oh my God, you should have filmed it. And I did not. Because, you know, like I said, I'm not always too bright. Okay. I have to say, though, I do like your color. Yes, I can get two uses out of it most times. Because the white's so resilient, there have been times when I couldn't, or I was just shy of it. But I do like it. I've tried other colors with a hairdresser years ago. I did like a fuchsia color, a hot pink or whatever. It looked okay, but it didn't, I don't know if they used a permanent color or whatever, but it did not want to come out. Not for anything. And, yeah, it was just a bad experience. I was like, never again. I thought about trying different colors. I love the greens. I love all your colors. You got some really awesome colors, but unfortunately, I don't look good with all colors. Like, for instance, if you put orange around me or yellow, I look like I'm dead. Like, it just washes me right out. I've always been a dark-haired girl, so I think that's why the darker color looks better on me. Also, I'm concerned about it washing out. Like, I know the purple will. And I know, you know, if I want to expedite it, that little bit of purple shampoo, which I don't use on a regular, I don't use that at all, actually, not with the color in my hair, but if I want to get it out, that usually does it. And if I tried other colors, I'm kind of afraid that I won't know how to get it out when I want to, because temporary or not, you know some color stays with you, some resilient color. I mean, residual color stays with you. So I don't mind having like a little lavender background. That's fine. But I wouldn't want to have a little green background and people think I got moldy hair. That would be funny. It's not really funny, but it is. Okay, so now that I got this big clump of junk done, as you can see, I still have a lot to do, but I am going to use my hands for the rest and really get it in there. And as you can see, I still have quite a bit left. So I am going to go through and, whoops, see, I already got it all over my leg. I know you can't see that. I am going to go through and finish this up. Right or not. But I will show you the finished product, all styled. Me looking as cute as a button. Well, at least I hope so. And maybe if I do a good job, or at least a fairly good job, maybe Brad Mondo will even subscribe to my channel, Shootin' the Pooh with Sue, where we do unboxings and mysteries and hair colorings, and we shoot the poo with morning coffee. We know he likes his macchiato. Macchiato. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I've never had one. I know, I probably don't know what I'm missing. I don't know if it's a coffee, if it's a tea, if it's whatever. I have no clue. Okay, we're running really low on this stuff, so let's get all that really stubborn white. Run through as much as I can. Let's get these dark. Yeah, like I said, I don't care if I don't get as much on the brown hair, because it's not going to pick up the purple anyway. But those white hairs, boy, they do pick it up, and it shimmers and looks so pretty. So yeah, I would definitely like some advice, Brad. Oh, or even from you guys in the comments. I mean, is there something that you do? Do you guys color your hair like this with this kind of stuff? Do you use temporary colors? if you have white hair like me, do you bleach? Like, I wouldn't want to bleach white hair. I just don't, I don't think that would be good. But mine's salt and pepper, so I do have a mixture of color in here between the natural dark chestnut brown that I have and the salt and pepper, and now the purple. Just, let's call me Mandela head. All right, just about the end of it. I've scooped up almost the very last of it. And I do want to make sure I get it right through. I will rinse it out with cool water. I don't like to use ice cold water because I can't handle the cold very well. But, and look at this, I'm scraping every last bit of it out of there. Okay, the towel fell off me, so of course my neck will be purple. Make sure I got all that white. I did. I don't have my glasses on, but I can see. Oh, and she's empty. So yeah, I mean, I got 2 uses out of this. You know, it wasn't a full complete use. I could have probably used a little more, but yeah, even with the amount of hair that I have, I got 2 good uses out of it. So anyway, I am gonna go clean up. I will be back in a flash, like that, for you. For me, it'll probably be a few hours, but I'll be back in a flash, and I will show you the finished product. So in the meantime, think about all of you who would like to contact Brad and say, Brad, how can she make this better for us? And see what kind of advice I can get. Tell him how funny and snarky I am. And how much fun I am to watch. Maybe he'll subscribe to me like I subscribe to him. And if not, that's okay. Because I'll still love him. But I think he'd like us. We're fun people here. Excuse me. Anyway, I will be back really soon. See you in a minute. Mwah! Okay, I'm back. What do you think? This is the finished product. It's not perfect. But I like it. I like it. I like the brown. I like the purple. I do wish it would have covered a little better because it looks very light up here, but it means it won't, it'll wash out pretty quickly. Because that's where I'm the whitest. Pardon me. So, Brad, come on. If I'm gonna ride and not die with you, you gotta tell me if I'm gonna look good doing it. How do I get this to either stay longer, or is there a special treatment that I can do with my hair? Now, I did use the straightening iron, and I like to put like a little curl on the ends. Although, I have to say, since my hair has turned white and salt and pepper and everything everywhere, the texture is very different now. And now that I have the layers in it, like the really shorter layers, and I still kept a lot of length, although I did cut off quite a bit of length too. I didn't realize. It's about down to my waist now, where before it was actually like over my butt. So yeah, I cut off a little more than I anticipated, but I'm actually okay with it because by spring, I'll be right back to normal. But back to what I was saying. Now that I've got the layers in it, I noticed I used to have very polka straight hair, but the texture of my hair has changed. So when I just comb it after I get out of the shower, it crinkles all up. So I could actually probably just use the little gel and the squishing thing if I wanted to, or I could straighten it, or however I want to do it. So, I mean, that's a perk. So let's see. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd really want to hear what you have to say. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I'll try to do better. No. If you didn't, on you. Because it was a pretty good video. And it took me days to do it. So no, seriously, in all seriousness, I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, like, love, share, comment. You know I love your comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please, by all means, do it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. If you hit that notification button, you can actually see anytime I post a brand new video for free. Crazy. So hit the notification bell, hit all, and what a deal. Look what you get. You get to shoot the poo with Sue. So anyway, in the meantime, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm just glad that you're celebrating it with me. And until the next time, I hope you have the absolute best day ever. Mwah. Bye.